Welcome to All Movies Recaps. Today I will be doing a recap of the 2023 romantic movie titled Perfect Find. As you watch, don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notification. Jenna and her friends attended a party in the hopes of finding a rebound for Jenna. It was awkward for Jenna, considering how most of the people at the party knew about the lowest point of her life. She chose a corner to calm her nerves, and that was where she met Eric. As young as he was, Eric was mature in the way he complimented Jenna, and she could not resist his adorable charm. They shared a passionate kiss, but soon Jenna regretted her decision. She was admittedly a little high, and the thought of making out with someone younger freaked her out. She rushed back home that night, and the next morning she was taken by surprise. As it turns out, Eric was Darcy's son, and she had assigned him to work with Jenna. Jenna was shocked, to say the least. What she assumed was a forgettable instance turned into something extremely awkward. Eric could see the horror on Jenna's face, and he admitted that they were both drunk and had made out at the party, but that was not the end of the world. As a photographer and a creative director, they had to work together to create content, which was what Eric and Jenna decided to focus on. Jenna and Eric made a conscious decision to maintain a strictly professional relationship, but an undeniable connection existed between them. They found themselves confiding in each other, sharing their deepest thoughts and troubles. Despite Jenna's initial concerns about their age difference, she soon recognized that it had no impact on the strength of their bond. Their shared admiration for vintage actress Nina Mae McKinney and Hollywood star Greta Garbo played a significant role in bringing them closer. They not only had a fantastic personal connection but also proved to be an exceptional team in their work. Eric's videography skills allowed him to bring Jenna's creative vision to life, making them a formidable duo both in and out of the bedroom. Jenna attempted to date men closer to her own age, but Eric's charm was simply too irresistible to resist. Their collaborative project proved to be a resounding success, attracting thousands of subscribers as Jenna had promised Darcy. However, Jenna couldn't shake the nagging feeling that Darcy would never approve of her romantic involvement with her son. She yearned to keep her relationship with Eric under wraps, but it seemed evident to everyone around them what was happening. Darcy eventually summoned Jenna to her office, ostensibly to offer congratulations on the successful project, but it was clear she had another motive: to inquire about the nature of Jenna and Eric's relationship. Darcy assumed that Eric's stellar performance was driven by a crush on Jenna, and she made it abundantly clear that she didn't want her son to be distracted. Jenna assured Darcy that Eric wouldn't face any distractions in his life, setting the stage for potential complications ahead. Eric was eager to publicly acknowledge their relationship, but Jenna understood the potential consequences. She could jeopardize her job and reputation if their romance became known. However, maintaining their relationship as a secret proved to be quite challenging. At a birthday party, Jenna had an uncomfortable encounter when she was introduced to Eric's ex-girlfriend, Madison. Jenna struggled to contain her unease as she observed Eric's closeness to Madison and accused him of displaying affection. She felt betrayed when he introduced her merely as a colleague. Despite her longing to make their relationship public, Jenna couldn't summon the courage to kiss Eric in front of the crowd when he suggested it. Jenna made several attempts to contact Eric, but her calls and messages went unanswered. Upon returning to her Brooklyn apartment, she was surprised to find Brian waiting for her, clearly inebriated. Brian had recently lost his mother and was seeking companionship. He had tried to reach out to Jenna, but she hadn't shown much interest in him. Eric, observing Jenna's comforting gesture towards Brian, assumed that he had lost any chance with her. Jenna dropped Brian off at his home, and he extended an invitation for her to come upstairs. However, Jenna was determined not to show any vulnerability to a man who had neglected to check on her after their breakup. Brian believed that Jenna's apparent coldness stemmed from her relationship with Eric, and he mocked her for dating a younger man. Jenna refused to be shamed and promptly left. The following morning, Jenna discovered that Eric was working from home, providing her with an opportunity to visit his penthouse. They managed to reconcile, but little did they know that a disaster was looming on the horizon. During an intimate moment between Jenna and Eric, Darcy unexpectedly entered the apartment and was furious. She wasted no time in firing Jenna, seemingly unmoved by their explanation of their love for each other. Eric, upon learning that Jenna had made a promise to Darcy without his knowledge, was disappointed but was prevented from quitting by Darcy. Months passed since their embarrassing breakup, and Jenna eventually reached out to Eric. He had left his position at Darcy and moved out of his mother's penthouse, now residing in Harlem and working on a documentary film about his father, for which he had recently secured a grant. Jenna had started teaching at Columbia University, and life seemed to be going well for both of them. However, they couldn't shake the feeling of missing each other. They arranged to meet after Jenna's message, and Eric assumed it was to discuss their relationship. To his surprise, Jenna revealed that she was pregnant. Eric was taken aback and found himself uncertain about how to react to such significant news. He hadn't prepared for the idea of becoming a father and decided that he needed some time to process this life-changing information. Darcy paid a visit to Jenna's apartment, and it was clear she was displeased with the documentary Eric was working on. For most of her life, Darcy had shielded Eric from the dark aspects of his father's past. Eric's father had been involved in a life on the streets and had met a tragic end when Eric was just a young boy. Darcy had faced the challenging task of raising Eric on her own. Her parents hadn't approved of her partner and had abandoned her, not even showing up at the father's funeral. Since then, Darcy had been solely responsible for her little boy. Despite her initial reservations about Jenna and Eric's relationship, Darcy empathized with Jenna's situation. She remembered the profound loneliness she had experienced when her parents had abandoned her, and now, as the opportunity arose for her to become a grandparent, she was determined not to repeat the same mistake. Darcy encouraged Eric to support Jenna, and he gradually began to embrace his new role as a father. In the end, the couple decided to name their son Otis, a name that he now shares with his late grandfather. The perfect find concluded with Darcy extending an invitation to Jenna and Eric to her gala. At this event, Jenna and Eric officially announced their relationship and Jenna's pregnancy to the world. After navigating various challenges and obstacles, Jenna and Eric found happiness together in the end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe.